Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, so you'd expect him to own normal billionaire stuff like mega yachts, gold mansions, and diamond-covered watches. But Elon isn't normal. Instead of flexing luxury, this man spends his money on things that make people stop and say, "Why would anyone buy that?" And somehow, he keeps doing it while getting richer. Before we get into Elon's stupidly expensive things, real quick, if you like insane billionaire stories like this, subscribe to the channel because we drop these all the time and you do not want to miss the next one. Let's start with the Tesla Roadster he literally launched into space. Instead of testing SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket with boring, lifeless weights like a normal aerospace company would, Elon Musk decided to strap his personal Tesla Roadster to the rocket, place a mannequin named Starman in the driver's seat, and blast the whole thing into orbit. To this day, that car is still floating through space, silently circling the sun. There was no practical purpose, no functional payload, and no direct return on investment, just what looked like pure billionaire chaos on a cosmic scale. And yet, that's exactly what made it unforgettable. Imagine owning a car and knowing it's farther from Earth than the moon, drifting through space forever. Completely stupid? Absolutely. But also undeniably legendary. In one single launch, Elon turned a routine rocket test into one of the most iconic moments in modern tech history, proving that sometimes spectacle itself is the strategy. Then there's the boring company flamethrower, which might be one of the most unnecessary products ever sold. Elon Musk randomly decided that his tunnel-digging company should sell flamethrowers, so he made a limited batch and dropped them online with almost no warning. They sold out almost instantly. Not for safety. Not for practicality. Just pure vibes. It wasn't even a real flamethrower by military standards, but it was close enough to freak people out, spark outrage, and get regulators paying attention. And that was the point. Elon made millions selling what was essentially a glorified, fire-spewing toy, all while the internet melted down and the boring company got more attention than any ad campaign could ever buy. It was ridiculous, unnecessary, and completely on brand.
Jesus. That is preposterous.
Yeah, that is awesome. Dangerous to eyebrows.
Jesus.
Elon also owns a $100 million private jet, which sounds normal, until you remember this is the same guy who claims he hates luxury and chooses to live in a tiny house. The jet is a Gulfstream G650ER, one of the fastest and longest-range private jets on Earth, capable of crossing continents without stopping. It's essentially a flying command center, packed with advanced communication systems that allow Elon to run multiple billion-dollar companies while cruising miles above the ground. Is it impressive? Definitely. But it's also wildly contradictory. For someone who preaches that possessions weigh you down, owning one of the most expensive private jets on the planet feels almost absurd. Then again, in Elon's world, even luxury has to justify itself as a tool. It may look like excess, but to him, it's not about comfort, it's about speed, control, and staying operational at all times. Now let's talk about his tiny house, which somehow might be the dumbest flex of all. Elon sold off nearly all his mansions and decided to live in a $50,000 boxable house near SpaceX. A 375 square foot prefab cube with no luxury, no massive pool, and nothing remotely extravagant about it. On paper, it sounds humble, almost admirable. But when you're worth hundreds of billions of dollars, choosing to live in a tiny box isn't normal. It's a billionaire making a philosophical statement. Most people downsize to save money or simplify their lives. Elon downsized to make a point and confuse everyone watching. It's minimalism taken to an extreme, not out of necessity, but as a deliberate rejection of excess, proving once again that even his living situation is designed to spark conversation. Elon also spent money buying Twitter, now called X, which might be the most expensive impulse purchase in human history. He dropped around $44 billion on a social media platform and then immediately began rewriting the rulebook, firing employees, changing policies, renaming features, and tweeting as if the app were his personal group chat. The entire takeover played out in public, messy and unapologetic. Whether you see it as genius or a complete disaster, one thing is undeniable: It's an absurdly expensive thing to buy just so you can argue with strangers online on a platform you now own. But in true Elon fashion, it wasn't just about using the app. It was about controlling the digital town square, even if that meant lighting $44 billion on fire to do it.
That, 3 to 5 years is actually worth a lot. To be frank, I was a little worried about the direction that and the effect of social media on the world, and especially Twitter. And I thought it was very important for there to be a maximally trusted sort of digital public square where people, within countries and internationally could communicate with the least amount of censorship allowed by law.
Another ridiculous thing Elon owns is thousands of satellites orbiting Earth through Starlink. While normal people buy Wi-Fi routers, Elon decided to blanket the entire planet with satellites and build his own global internet network. It's insanely useful and also completely insane in scale. What started as a bold idea is now critical infrastructure, providing connectivity where cables, towers, and governments can't reach. Today, Starlink is used by ships, planes, remote villages, militaries, and disaster zones, which is where it starts to feel surreal. One person effectively owning a private satellite network that the world increasingly depends on doesn't sound like a normal business plan. It sounds like the opening chapter of a sci-fi villain origin story. Helpful, powerful, and just a little unsettling, Starlink proves that Elon doesn't just build companies. He builds leverage on a planetary scale.
To phone companies, this is something that will be supplemental, so it's going to be very helpful for remote areas where there's no cell connectivity, or once in a while within a city, if there is a place that has no connectivity within a city, then Starlink will be able to communicate with phones. But it's, I think it's something on the order of 7 megabits per second within a cell, and the cells are sort of hundreds of square miles or kilometers in size. So it's good for text messages. You could technically do video if you're the only one, or if there's only a few people in that cell, like if you're in the middle of the Pacific or something like that. Then, but it is something that is going to be very helpful and will, I think, save lives of people. If somebody's sort of hiking in a remote region.
Then there's Neuralink, where Elon decided regular technology wasn't ambitious enough and started putting chips directly into human brains. This is a man who looked at smartphones and thought, "Now let's just put the phone inside your head." Whether Neuralink ends up curing paralysis, restoring lost abilities, or completely terrifying humanity, there's no denying it's a stupidly bold place to pour hundreds of millions of dollars. Most people invest in real estate, stocks, or something comfortably boring. Elon invests in rewriting the human operating system. The idea of brain implants blurs the line between medicine, technology, and science fiction so hard it makes people uneasy, and that's exactly why it fits his pattern. Is it revolutionary or dystopian? No one really knows yet. But normal was never on the table.
And the initial devices will really just be pretty basic. It'll be about restoring functionality to people who've lost their connection between their brain and their body. So you can imagine, like, if, say, Stephen Hawking could talk or communicate as fast as somebody with a fully functioning body. Mm-hmm. That would be amazing. So that's like what we're trying to do. That's our first application, is to restore functionality to quadriplegics, tetraplegics, and people who have just, for whatever reason, no longer have a connection between, or a limited connection between their brain and their body. Mm-hmm. And then the second application would be restoration of eyesight. So if somebody's gone completely blind, maybe even has lost the optic nerve, you can actually still directly stimulate the neurons in the visual part of the cortex. So you can give people direct vision to the brain. Mm-hmm.
And somehow, despite all of this, Elon Musk doesn't even own that many normal luxury items. No massive yacht collection. No gold-plated mansions. No diamond watches. His stupidest purchases aren't about flexing wealth, they're about flexing ideas. Rockets, brain chips, flamethrowers, satellites, social media platforms, and cars drifting through space. At the end of the day, Elon Musk doesn't buy stupid things because he's careless with money. He buys stupid things because he can. And when you're rich enough to casually throw a car into orbit and call it marketing, the line between genius and insanity completely disappears.